So I made a poll back in like either November or December asking for a video idea, and I didn't make it. I've pushed this off for like ever, and it's really simple. It's not going to require much thought because it's literally Scuba versus Tank, which I think is better personally, but the thing is, these characters are similar but not. Like, they're different but not too different, if you know what I mean. Tank has one shot while Scuba has two. Scuba has more splash while Tank has less splash, etc. Like, the main difference is just the projectile speed and like a little bit less damage but more damage in some cases than the other, per se. Like the whole Scuba hitting 60 instead of 65 and Tank hitting 20 splash instead of like 30. But the main differences, I guess, comes down to play style. But you could play both the same way, but it's harder to land air shots with like Scuba than it is like Tank. Like, it's really easy to do with Tank. But Scuba, on the other hand, is just literally splash people from a distance. That's how you're supposed to play him, I guess, supposedly. Even though brute forcing people is a lot easier, because you can deal 120 damage at once. But with Tank, you land like 4 shots direct, and pretty much everything's dead besides like Torchwood and Iron Citron, but those are rare cases because no one really plays those characters as much anymore, thank god. I was sick of seeing Iron Citrons, honestly, because it's just a character with a stupid amount of health that just doesn't die. That's why I barely play the Town Halls, because kids only play Iron Citron. It's kind of hard to kill it with an all-star and Scientist, considering scientists get 2-shotted by Iron Citron. Anyway, tangent aside about Iron Citron, Scuba is a character that I used to play a lot of, but then as I gradually stirred away from him, I found more enjoyment in Tank. I personally prefer Tank over Scuba, but you can get a lot done with Scuba as well. Scuba's splash is like 30, and direct shot 60 at point blank, I think. I think it's 60 at point blank, it should be. But, so air shotting with Scuba is on the trickier side of things, because you actually have to predict where they're going by far. With Tank, it's pretty easy, but Scuba is weird because his projectile speed is slower than Tank's. Tank's projectile speed is what helps him, I think, more than Scuba, or what makes him better than Scuba. It's just that alone. Even if it may be like a slight difference, I prefer it just because of that alone. And Tank is really simple to play. You just push people, hope you can land your shots. I mean, that goes for most characters, but Tank more than the others, just because he has one shot and you have to land it or else you're gonna die pretty quickly. Yeah, you may see me using multi-rocket with Scuba here, because multi-rocket is pretty good on Scuba just because you can splash people out with even more splash. Because multi-rocket has more splash than ZPG. It may deal less damage than ZPG, but it adds up because it's 4 rockets that deal like 17 per splash. Should be better, I think. But even still, you could probably do just fine with regular ZPG. I just find it funnier using multi-rocket on Scuba because it's the splash combo thing. But yeah, Scuba is a very simplistic character. Splash, just high damage splash, and that's about it. Basically Plumber, but soldier, I guess. In a way. Splash is this guy's gimmick, so I guess camping far away, but even then, that's boring as hell. Just push people, you can get a lot done here. Just like how I killed a rose with a stink cloud. Just like that, pretty much. But yeah, Tank, Scuba, very simplistic, just higher splash damage than Tank. Very simple on paper. There isn't much more I can say about this character just because it's literally just splash them out slowly. And or brute force people for 120 damage, so that's fair and balanced. But yeah, the projectile speed is the main difference between the two, I'd say. Not even just damage, just the projectile speed. As you can see, Scuba is just slower overall. But yeah, that's about it for Scuba. On to Tank. Okay, now it's time for the character I prefer between the two, Tank Commander. Tank Commander is by far the most fun, or at least the most fun I've ever had with a soldier. I don't know, it's just that landing shots at Tank is just satisfying. I don't know what it is about it, but just two-shotting most people in this game is just satisfying as hell for me. That's why Tank is just fun. I don't care if people think Scuba's better overall, but I just think Tank is better. two-shotting classes, I mean, having to reload in between every shot's kind of annoying, but it's fast. It's like Iron Citron pretty much. But the thing is, 65 two shots most of the classes in this game, because most people play those classes that get two-shotted. Well, I mean, there is corn players, but those are a different story. Those people I air shot all the time because they husk hop. Yes, I'm gonna refer to it as air shotting. I'll probably put a clip here of me air shotting some kid, but the thing is, air shotting is what makes this guy fun. So I blame him for stolen stupid shots I just shouldn't get away with. So 65 damage, reloading in between every shot. Splash is about 20. I mean, it's lower than that, but the max splash is 20. Lowest is probably like 10 or even 1 in some cases. I mean, I've killed people with 1 damage before, which is rare, but it's just, I don't know. Tank is just fun. That's about it with Tank, though. Tank, 2 shots most, 4 shots pretty much everything else. Landing tank shots on roses is fun as well, because 2-shotting a rose is always hilarious. And also killing a bunny hopping rose with tank is also funny as hell. Because they're jumping into a projectile that they can easily dodge. It's funny every single time. Tank will always be fun to play. Funny enough, though, whenever I do play tank, the whole lobby just plays Chomper, so I have to switch off. But in this rare case here in this lobby, they weren't playing Chomper. They were playing like Torture and Barbecue Point instead. Very fun. But that is all I really have to say about the two. I prefer Tank overall. I pretty much said how Tank plays in the Scuba Soldier part. Just faster projectile speed, easier to air shot, etc. Prefer him because it's funner to play him. Not that he's better, but I personally think he's better overall. People can hate me for all they want, I really don't care. I just think Tank's more fun. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Next video will probably be the 600 sub special. If not, it'll be something else. Very cool, I guess. I don't know. It'll be something here soon. Anyways, hope you enjoy.